1 vault, 2 vault, 3 vault, 1,339. Jod has found a gold mine. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Skeleton Crew-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
And we are back with Skeleton Crew, Season 1, Episode 7. We're gonna be in so much trouble.
Oh man, wrong button.
That is so loud. Apparently you can't turn down your, you gotta turn down your
I just did.
because that's gonna be way peaking in post.
It's probably giant.
That was really loud. But we're back, yes. Skeleton Crew. We got one after next week is a finale. Like this show is going by super fast. Flying by. We should have mentioned that in like last week or 2 weeks ago or whatever that in 2 weeks we have our next book review, Cataclysm, the second adult novel of this phase 2 of the High Republic. So get ready for that. Grace will be in for that. Then after that, be part 2 of the last comics with Grace, which was the Kira comics. And then after that, we have an Imperial interview, which is get excited for that. And then we have a book review for our Valentine's Day special. So we got a lot going on coming up.
A lot of books on the way, on the horizon.
Just 2 books. But
it's a lot. Well, and comics.
We're also anticipating maybe in the near future an Andor trailer. So
if
that happens to come out, so we could postpone the comics episode if that happens. And I already told our guest for our Imperial interview first Wednesday in February that if an Andor trailer drops, we're going to postpone her to a later date. So she knows about that. But we can't really postpone a book review because that's a Valentine's Day special. And then after that, our 5-year 300th episode. Burr, burr, burr. So, like, that is still super loud. No more buttons for you tonight. So we're kind of just playing things by ear, but hopefully that'd be cool if the Andor trailer was our 5-year 300th episode. Maybe.
That'd be dope.
But we'll see how it all plays out. And March Madness, which is our EU March Madness. So 4 weeks of EU content from Andrew. So that's exciting to have him on for a whole month straight.
Which he texted me yesterday.
About?
Well, I texted him to make sure he was alive.
Oh, he's not in those rich neighborhoods. Are you kidding me?
Well, I don't know where he lives. I just texted him because all our flights to LA got canceled.
Yeah.
So I was like, bro, are you good? Because it's like all over all the TVs.
TVs.
At the airport, it's like, you can't see anything. And
dude, okay. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I was watching the news.
Here we go.
That's
how you started.
I was watching the 5:30 NBC News, and they're doing coverage on the fires. And they have, like, news correspondents in these neighborhoods. It's literally... all the houses are on fire. It's all hazy, but they're not like coughing. They're not covering their mouth. They're literally like 20 feet away from these huge giant fires, and they're not like that's still hundreds of degrees. Just standing a couple 20 feet away.
Jeremiah's cooking right now. You're cooking right now.
This doesn't make sense at all. This is not how fire works. I don't know.
But anyways, so Andrew was like, "Are you excited for March?" And then he sent me like an emoji with. So Andrew's excited, which means you guys should be too if you guys want to. I know y'all been missing Andrew for the last.
And I was gonna tell him that is he gonna join us for the finale next week, but then you just told me we have to record in the morning. So
he still hasn't watched the show.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like he could binge it. and join us next week.
But
apparently we can't now because we're going to be doing a Wednesday morning stream next week.
Yes.
So get hyped for that.
Skip work and listen to us.
Or skip school.
Live.
That's even better.
Or skip school. And if you're listening in those rich areas, you probably don't have school, so
just do remote.
We can educate you.
But you're not here for that. You're here for Skeleton Crew. So might as well just jump into this episode. Whose turn is it?
Yours.
My turn. I really like this episode because I really felt now that Jod is officially a bad guy. Like, I posted in the Discord last night in the Skeleton Crew channel. I'm like, guys, I think Jod is a bad guy. like,
finally figured it out.
He's just like so evil in this one. I feel like, even though started out, trying to like negotiate his way out, and he's like, guys, no, it makes sense. Like Brutus, you think it's just gonna be here? No, it's gonna be camouflage. Like he's still being himself, but once he gets to power, like he's super bad. And it's just like, I don't know. It's hard to interpret his character now because like just a couple weeks ago when Wim was all sad and crying sitting on the floor, like he goes and like sits next to him, like he has this moment of like trying to be like a friend and like a father figure type of thing in the moment and encourage him. Not necessarily the best advice in life, but like he seemed like he had a good side, he had a heart. And like earlier in the season, I was like, oh, at some point, Jod is going to have to make a decision to be selfish or to save the kids. And he's going to save the kids. He's going to be a good guy in the end. And I don't know, that's not going to happen anymore, in my opinion. Like,
you don't think the pirates are going to figure out a way in? And
no, there are. I'm saying he's a bad guy officially. He's not going to do anything good. I think he'll end up dying. Like, he has to. Like, he can't just survive for season 2. Like, that would be kind of lame.
Well, unless they come and then he ends up killing all the pirates.
No, he's so evil now, I think. He's just the way he talks to those kids, like when he took over the ship, he had him on the ground and had a lightsaber out. Like he was just so evil and rude.
No, when he saw the money, that's when you're like, oh.
No, that was expected. Really? Anyone would do that though. But him like killing SM-33 and then waving the saber at the kids and telling them to shut up and like telling I'm going to kill your parents if you try and do anything. And like, no, he is not a good guy. He's officially a bad guy, and I'm going to die on a hill. And if he turns good, next week I'm going to be bad or mad. Like,
I'm going to be bad too.
I'm going to be bad too. Like, I'm going to be mad. Like it would be very like this show has perfect writing in my opinion that nothing. Like everything is well written, everything's played out, everything makes sense, all decisions made in characters and stuff all make sense, it's all consistent. But like
if that happens,
it would just be too big of a shift and wouldn't make sense to me. But like I don't know, I really like this episode for that reason. And like I'm still wondering why Neil's dad wasn't there, other than in like the hollow comm thing. But like, he never said anything. He didn't show up like when the kids arrived. Like he wasn't there. Like he's something's going on with Neil's dad, in my opinion, which Grace and I fleshed out 2 weeks ago. But I don't know.
Or he's just busy taking home the kids at home. He has a baby at home.
He has 3 babies at home. Well, baby and like toddlers.
Yeah.
But
someone's got to stay home.
But they don't have anyone to like watch their kids or like.
How do we know?
I don't know. Just tell the robot, hey, can you watch my kid?
You can't trust their robots are horrible.
I don't know. Just do memory override and make them do whatever. Like that's the thing.
That's fair.
But I don't know. This was a short episode, but it felt long. I want to go back and watch that first episode, like when they leave, because I don't remember them like when they left the planet. I don't remember seeing all that green, like stormy stuff, maelstroms that they called it. Like,
no, because I think as soon as they got out of that planet atmosphere, they hit hyperspace, so they didn't see the storm.
no, because remember they're like, are those planets? No, those are stars. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
unless when you're from the planet's perspective looking towards the maelstrom, there's projected as stars. But like even then, like doing hyperspace jump through the maelstrom, I wouldn't make sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
But who knows? I don't know. What do you think of this episode?
I loved it. I think it's the best episode yet.
Oh dang, best episode yet, huh?
I think so. I think it was like very much like intense the entire time. That boy almost got thrown out of their ship like multiple times. And I think the whole concept of how that ship's the only ship because of the age of the ship, and that's why it can get through it and stuff like that. It's like the key. And then like the way the plant, like we are all thinking that shield wasn't real. Like it was just like potentially a fake wall barrier, and that everyone's just like corrupted. And then you find out, no, that's actually a real barrier. So that was really cool. I thought the flying stuff, like I thought that when they send out that one volunteer pilot, that was so intense, and then he just like and then blows up. Like that was so cool. Like that whole thing was sweet. And then when what's his name was like straight up bad and killed the wolf in front of everyone, like that was a pretty intense moment.
Yeah, that
Like
was a shocking.
yeah, so
moment.
like yeah, to your point, he's definitely bad, but he's always been bad. But like yeah, it's very much so that he is bad. And for me, it was like real, like the way he worshipped that gold. He was like, that boy's evil.
I don't know. I feel like most people would have done that. Like they're looking for gold, and then that is a lot more gold than I thought there was going to be.
Oh yeah, dude. And
Like
how many volts did they have?
1,139, just like that.
Yeah.
So like that's
what are they doing with all that money if they can't bring it off world?
I don't know. It's so weird. Like I want to know the backstory. Hopefully, we get some backstory next episode.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're not. It's just going to be a mystery.
I still think that the main guy, the main pirate dude, the old pirate is the guy in charge right now.
Oh, Tack Renaud. You think he's still alive?
I think he is the guy in charge.
The supervisor? Even after hundreds of years?
Yeah. We don't know his alien species.
I guess.
And like the same with the supervisor. Like I don't know. It would make sense. We still haven't heard. Like the only thing is we heard his voice over the comm. Kind of. So I don't know. Like it would make sense. What, like for me, that would make sense why there's so much gold on that planet, and like why he's keeping it there because it's his gold. He has it.
Yeah, but you want to take that gold so you can use it and spend it and get whatever you want, not just stay on a planet and not use it.
On that planet, he can get whatever he wants.
But he can't because no one comes or leaves.
But he is the highest up. He has everything that he needs.
I don't know.
And that was so crazy how low it got. That whole elevator scene thing was so cool. I thought that was really like unique how they designed it. Like they just kept going lower and stuff. And apparently all the kids find out that more details after they graduate.
Oh,
that was really cool.
That. Yeah.
Like you're supposed to find out about this when you graduate. So I think the concept of this whole like planet and what it entails is so cool. Like the concept of it. To your point, Jeremiah, I think the writing of the show is crazy good, and people need to stop sleeping on this show. Like it's so good, and the concept of it, and I really enjoyed how like the kids were like not like, well, what's the name? Did not want to go back home because he was like gonna miss the adventures and what they are doing, and then Neve, right, the elephant, right?
Neil, yeah,
Neil. He was like, it was an adventure though. We almost died a lot. Like that part was hilarious. Like I don't know. I really enjoyed this episode, and I was like on the edge of my seat the entire time. So, and I like that I saw on Discord that I was not the. There was a couple of people that agreed with my take from last week.
Oh, you actually went into the Discord and read some comments?
Someone tagged me, so I was like, "What is this tag in the Discord?"
Oh yeah. So if you want Drew to read,
if you want my attention, tag me in it, and I'll. Look.
Oh, speaking of comments, we had a comment on
Spotify.
Caden says, because your comment now reminded me of what Caden said.
Oh,
I agree with Drew. This episode was a little bit slower and harder to get into, and I think that Jod could be force sensitive, but raised by pirates and just studied the Jedi arts a little bit. So some people were agreeing with you last week, even though I thought it was my favorite episode. But I also had a poll. And we actually got 10 votes.
Ooh, you guys are coming through.
We're moving up in the thing. And I asked, have you had your appendix removed?
That was a poll. That's why we had 10. You guys.
Yep. 9 out of 10 said no. 1 out of 10 said yes. So.
And was that you that voted?
No, I can't. Well, I guess I could vote. But nope. So only 10% of people
You're right.
What?
Because you would be talked about that, how it's like not that common. And I'm like, dude, I swear I know so many people that have their appendix removed, and I knew someone who literally passed away because they didn't get taken out. But apparently 9 out of 10 people get their appendix removed.
Yeah, Drew, you don't gotta worry about
because you're one of my 10. Sweet. Yay. That's how that works.
Yep.
Good to know.
All right. Well, we might as well just jump into scene by scene walkthrough. So we're back on at Atten, and the parents are in the woods at night, middle of the night, putting together a device. Like they each have their parts that they independently collected and brought them together and put them together. And I don't know if this was a editing error when they put this episode together, but like, you know, they're putting it together and they hear, you know, a branch break and they look and it's Neil's mom and they're like, oh, you're here, or that type of thing. But like, you see her standing in the background like before that happens.
I noticed the same thing.
And I'm like, I guess, you know, any sound would startle you, I guess. So maybe they just like heard it and got startled. But they made it look like she just arrived late.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. Small little continuity thing, maybe whatever. Maybe reading too much into it, but they're putting it together and it all comes together. And so it's KB's mothers. They're the ones that are like putting it together because they're the techie people. So it's like, I wonder if it was their design.
I would assume.
But they all got their parts they put together. And they're just kind of worried that they're going to, you hear something out in the woods or whatever, and all these lights turn on, and it's this robot being like, you're in violation of blah, blah, blah. The communication device is prohibited, blah, blah, blah. Hand it over or you will be stunned. And Neil's mom is like, I'm going to grab it and run. And right when she drops down, she gets stunned, like instantly. I'm like, oh. But then, like, KB's mom, one of his moms was like, she'll be fine. And she just grabs it and runs. And I really liked how they did this scene where it was handed off to each parent as they were being stunned. I thought that was a cool.
It was like football.
Right.
It's like going for that last touchdown. And everyone was passing it. Keep passing the ball to get more. Then finally, one person was able to get the touchdown.
Yep. Speaking of football, RAP Vikings.
Yeah.
Are they going to win against the Rams this weekend?
No.
No?
In my opinion. Well, okay, the two teams that the Vikings have lost to this year was the Lions and then the Rams.
And then who else? Because they had
That's it. And then we lost against the Lions again.
Oh, we lost in both games? Oh.
Yeah. So, and now we're facing the first team in the playoffs after we just lost to the Lions, the Rams. So if we lose, like, if we win, that'd be dope. But it's almost like written perfectly. Like, the two teams that we lost to this entire year will be the same two teams. So,
I don't know.
I don't think we're gonna win. But if we do, then we have to face the Lions again at home again, like in the same scenario again. And then if we win, that'd be dope though. That'd be crazy cool. And then we'll end up losing anyways because we've never been in the Super Bowl. Well, we've been there, but
yep. But yeah, the parents they passed it up. One that was really annoying though was they were really slow running through those woods.
Yeah, they're clearly not.
Like I think it was the second
outside
mom,
people.
The second of KB's mom when she picked it up. She was just like walking fast, like she was barely. I'm like, pick up those knees. Like, what do you mean?
Slide like.
But what was cool, which I didn't, I think everyone got fooled. Maybe you didn't, but like I thought it was just something that could send a signal through the barrier. I didn't realize this was like a thing that was going to fly up and travel through the barrier. What did you think when?
Oh, I thought it was going to go through.
The fly through?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I'm like, this little thing. How is this going to get through?
Because they're like, I don't know how it would get through it. They just throw it on the ground and set it off. Like it would have to like go in the air.
Well, because they had like a barrier access code.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was like a signal that would transmit through the barrier. Like that's what I thought it was.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool how the parents, the little amount that they did was so impactful to the story though, even though it really didn't do anything. But it gave those kids, like, once those kids saw that, they all were like, oh, I'm getting home no matter what. I'm figuring this out now.
Rebellions are built on hope.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not hesitating anymore. Even the one kid, like, was crying. Like, it was so cool, like, how that little thing that we're like, how are these parents are doing anything? Like, what are they doing? This little thing, so, like, the Republic finds out about it. Like, that was their goal, I think. Which I still think that might actually happen. But when those kids saw it, that changed the whole feel of those kids and like their hope. And like it was really cool. I thought it was really well written.
Cool.
Also, you think the rebellion's coming? You think they got that signal?
No.
No.
They're on their own.
What if they just come out and like just destroy the pirates for no, like the pirates don't ever get in there. They just blow them up, and then what's his name can't figure out a way out.
I don't know. I think.
Oh, we'll get to protect
after the fact. I think at the end of the episode they're going to turn off the barrier, so then a whole maelstrom thing is going to get turned off, and then the Republic will be called in. But I don't know. Part of me is like, I don't know if it's explored in the comics, like after like for like the rise of like the Kylo Ren comics or anything, but like how did the First Order get the funding to build this giant fleet? Like it'd be interesting.
Now you're cooking, Jeremiah.
Because like it would be interesting because we wanted like a larger connection to the Mandoverse story. And, we have the remnants of the First Order coming together through, like, what's the bad guy's name in Mando shows?
Moff Gideon?
Moff Gideon. Like, he has, the whole posse of, like, remnants and Thrawn coming back. And, like, it'd be interesting if they get wind of this and somehow they commandeer even just a single vault's worth of money. Like that would be enough to like fund building the whole entire First Order fleet. You have the Now I understand like the stuff on Exegol was being built during the Empire time, but I'm sure they still needed funding anyway for more stuff to finish everything. So I don't know.
Chat, help us out if they've already talked about that. If you guys know in comics or not,
because obviously there isn't like a direct thing in the comics about them finding gold, because that would have come up on YouTube. Everyone would be like, there's this connection between money and stuff and the comics. Like, whoa, blah, blah, blah. Like we've had videos about that by now. So like, I don't think they explore it in the comics, but somehow they have to get the funding to build the First Order. So
that would be a really cool concept. We see how they fund the rebellion in Solo.
The Quaxium or what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was just one.
But that's how they funded the rebellion. But like, that would be really cool if this is how the First Order actually comes, because they actually like commandeer that.
Or even if it was like a mole in the New Republic who was working for the First Order or for like Moff Gideon and all them, like they're able to like reroute funding from all that stuff. I don't know.
The chat said it.
Gakman 820 says they had many benefactors, much like the rebellion, but Mon Mothma enacted a demilitarization law, so the rebellion, New Republic fleet was diminished into small resistance, while the First Order grew in the shadows and used mainly old ships from the Empire.
But that's not about funding, though.
Right, but they definitely had new ships, though.
Well, they had to have money to fix them anyways and make them look like they did.
Right. So, I don't know. There's still hope that there's a greater connection to the Mandoverse, but if they don't, that's fine too. But yes, after the beacon flies up, it goes back to the Onyx Cinder, and Fern and Neil are playing what I think was referred to as slap ball a few episodes ago. So they're just playing whatever that game is. And KB is like, well, based on these instruments, we're going to be home pretty soon. Awesome. But like every episode, Wim is sad about something. And so he's sad because it's like, well, now our adventure's over. Like, I still have to go take my assessment and everything's
such a baby, dude.
Well, it's so true, though. Like,
it's so annoying, but yeah,
it's so true. Like, everything's going to go back to normal. And then, like, but Fern's trying to be the good captain and be like, no, it's everything. You'll be fine. Everything's be great. We're not going to get in trouble. Like,
which she's right. Like they're not. Well, I guess we don't really know, but
well, the mom said you're not in trouble, Fern. But like, I don't know. He's just always he's right, but it's just like, what are you supposed to do? Like, they're not gonna like. Was it Fern was like, oh, we can just land the ship in the woods and then walk back to town and be like, hey, we were lost in the woods. Like, they've been gone for like, I don't know, a month or something. Who knows how long they've been gone?
It's been a hot minute.
Like, those robots would definitely find them if they're lost in the woods.
Those robots have nothing better to do. Those robots would have found them in like 4 minutes.
I always say robots. Why?
I know you do it now. I do.
Droids.
Yes, droids.
I guess it's because they're so like
roboty.
Like they're so they lack personality. I guess maybe that's why I think of them as robots rather than droids. But like they're right. Like they're not gonna be allowed to keep the ship and all that stuff. So pretty sad. But then it flashes to the pirate fleet arriving at Atten, and it's this. They get there, and it's a big, giant green maelstrom storm, craziness, swirls, and electrical storms, and clouds, and all this crazy stuff. And Brutus is like, "This is stupid. This isn't at Atten. There's no way any ship would try to go through, get torn apart, blah, blah, blah." But Jada is like, Brutus, you're stupid. Like, you think that a hidden planet is just going to be out in the open? Like, Like, why would you think it would be this easy, like, to find a missing, hidden, legendary planet? Which is kind of weird that, it's covering this planet or surrounding this planet, so it looks like a sphere. Like, I feel like that still isn't normally how maelstroms were. I don't know what maelstroms are, but like, it just seems like a perfectly spherical storm. I don't know.
But you don't think it's caused by the barrier?
No, I'm saying it is, but I'm saying
what the barrier is perfectly shaped around. Are you a flat earther now, Jeremiah? What is up with you?
No. I'm saying a perfectly green ball storm in the middle of the thing. Like,
oh yeah, like it's kind of like what the heck? Like why
why
you
would
think
it
that's
do
a
that? Like,
normal
that's
thing?
not. Yeah, it's not how this.
Gotcha. I thought you were like, well, it makes sense, but yes, it's kind of like alarming. Why?
And then,
is
like,
this...
I also think, wasn't there also a planet like right next to it too that was just by itself? I thought I saw. I'm like, okay, well, so this planet here, that's people can find that one no problem just by scanning. But so they get there and then they see this crazy looking sphere. Like, that's normal. Like, I don't know. And then I was kind of confused. Like, after they like got later on when they get through the storm and or they see the planet, like, there's sunshine. Like,
okay, Jeremiah.
like, what is going on with, like, how, is this fake? Are those barrier things projecting a false, like, sun?
Or is the sun of their planet inside that barrier as well? Like that barrier is just that big.
Possibly, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see when they turn that barrier off how it plays out. But I don't know. But yes, and so Jod is like, he does mention that it's been hundreds of years since. I think he was referring to Renaud, but like he did mention it's been hidden for hundreds of years. So hundreds is plural, so it's been at least 200 years, which would be, High Republic era. If it's 150 or 250 years.
Yeah.
So more directly related to the High Republic, hopefully, but
I think it's going to be, we're going to find more answers or like ties to the High Republic over ties to the Mandoverse, sadly, at this point.
But Jod is like, well, let me get in a ship and I'll fly through it and I'll show you that it's perfectly fine. And Bruce is like, no, we'll have a volunteer. And so the volunteer is a guy from, it was last episode that was who wanted to have like a, what was it, a glow weed farm?
Yeah.
Or something. He volunteered to fly through it, and he's like going through. He's like, it's a little rough in here, but nothing I can't handle. And then like his comms get messed up, and then you see him get electrocuted from the cockpit, and like his ship blow up. And so, Brutus is like, all right, you're going to the airlock, saying that the jet. So he gets thrown into the airlock. You get thrown out into space, and the guy just has to push the button. He's like, no, don't. You're throwing away the greatest treasure the galaxy's ever seen. And the guy is just hesitating. And then the lady that seems to be an ally of Jod tells everyone to stop. And there's a ship coming in from hyperspace. And it's the kids. And so they're thinking, okay, well, if another ship is coming here, then that means there's also something here that they're going to. So there's evidence that there's actually a planet here. And they're like, well, we're going to take in the kids.
Then what's his name said, oh, it's the ship is the key.
Right. And so they tractor beam them in, and they are brought in. And so all the pirates go to the ship and open it up, and they're all ready to like fight or whatever. And But Jod is like, the crew loves me. No, they love me. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. He's just so full of himself, whatever. And Brutus walks up the ramp and, all right, surrender, blah, blah, blah. You're surrounded, blah, blah, blah. And KB's using the voice modulator thing that she had in episode 1, which is cool to bring that back. But they used a claw to grab Brutus, which was, I always forget about the claw, but like, it seems like every single time they come down that ramp, they got to use the claw. So they grab Brutus, and Jod picks up his blaster and kills him. Like, whoa, that was like that was probably the darkest moment in the whole show. Like, just
I kind of wish they would have shown it.
It is a kid's show, apparently. I don't know.
It's really but so is Clone Wars or Bad Batch, and we've seen heads get decapitated.
Yeah, but all the decapitations were off screen. Well, except something else.
No,
it depends on which scene you're talking about.
There was one that was completely on screen.
But like, this is live action, so it's a little more
personal. But personal. It's a wolf. Like,
I don't know.
It's a werewolf. Like, we could shoot a werewolf for that.
But everyone was shocked. The pirates were shocked. The kids were shocked. And Jod is like, all right, there's 4 scared children on board. Take them hostages. Blah, blah, blah. And then it shows the beacon thing exiting the storm, the maelstrom, into space, and it's right by the frigate, the main pirate ship, and Jod has his mask back on. It's all stupid. Like,
I think it made it seem like he was more intimidating with it on. So I was okay with it.
Maybe, but it's like, I understand that they hit his identity in the first episode, which I'm still mad that we didn't make that connection.
The biggest L that we've taken so far.
But he has it on, and he tells one of the pirate guys, like, hey, find in this ship the mechanism that makes it able to fly through the storm, so then they could put it on the main frigate.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when on the screen that there's an incoming comm, they play it, and it's the parents just giving the message like, hey, we love you guys, don't be scared, you're gonna make it home, blah blah blah. Everyone sends a message. KB's parents is like, hopefully you're doing good without maintenance, blah, blah, blah. Neil's little baby brother lost a tooth and got a datery for it, like a tooth fairy type thing. But he said he wanted his brother instead. Aw, tearjerker. And Wim's dad is like, I should have listened to you about, I'm assuming he was referring to finding a ship in the woods. And if he was there, maybe this wouldn't have happened. And they say that the way that they can get back is to contact the Republic and get in contact with an emissary. So like an emissary is just like a ambassador type person. And that's how you get in. Like, you have a special clearance or whatever to get through. So they give the evidence, they give like the story, the explanation to everyone listening. So Jod is there listening, and all right, cool. We need to he has to play the part of an emissary if he gets through, or when he gets through, if he gets through, or how he gets through. He has to play that. So he has all these different names, he has all these different characters that he has, and so that's just another one that he does, which we see later. Oh, and also I saw in my notes that Jod used the Force to unlock his handcuffs, which is interesting. Because these were like more like actual mechanical.
If he used the Force, or was it his gloves?
I don't think he had gloves on. And
he did.
Okay, even if he did, he's done it without gloves before. So, but it was still metal, though. So I don't know.
Why wouldn't he use the Force to get out of the airlock? That's what I'm so confused about.
Because I don't think anyone knows he uses the Force except for the kids. I don't think any of the pirates do. I don't know. Maybe the Force can't go through doors. I don't know. I don't know. But Jod wants to. I forget how it like plays out, but he's like trying to tell SM-33 what to do with the ship because the kids they want to they try to attack or whatever. Like Wims is like attack, just like Sokka sneak attack, like just tries to fight and obviously doesn't do anything. But Jod is throwing around orders about the ship, but SM-33 is like, well, you're not the captain of this ship. You can only be a captain of one ship at a time. Like he's like, you haven't claimed it. So they use that SM-33 uses that word claim, which I don't think you normally use because I don't think they've used that in other contexts with the pirates because you just challenge the captain and whoever wins. But so Wim, he actually does say I call claimsies. So he technically he did get it for some reason. Like it didn't count really in a sense, but Jod covers his mouth and then he says, I claim to this ship, blah blah blah, it's mine. I'm the captain of this ship now. And then Fern runs in and says, I call unclaimsies and I call claimsies only for children. And Jod's like, that's not how that works. And SM-33 apparently agreed with Fern and knocked him out, punched him. And so I guess because the claiming thing wasn't part of the code, Fern could create its own rules. And as a droid, SM-33 has to comply with the rules.
Yep.
So that's cool that SM-33 was able to understand that. And then he just goes in beast mode, turns on his shield things, and rids the ship of pirates. And the kids, they go take off, they fly out, and they try to go through the storm. And as they're going through, SM-33 is like, that's the brilliance of Captain Renaud. He had to use a mint ship, is what he specifically called it, which I didn't catch that the first time watching, but the second time I heard him say mint ship. And so they're going through. Two pirates are chasing after them. They both get blown up by getting shot because we finally see the giant buoy things that are creating the storm, are the defense mechanism that we saw from episode 4. That were all broken up and not working and stuff on the other planet. So it's cool to see them actually in action. But going through this storm cloud kind of reminded me of Ahsoka when they're on Pridia and she has to go into the rocky thing around the planet of Pridia. I don't know if you remember that.
Yep.
So it kind of reminded me of that a little bit. And so they get through it, and Wim makes a comment. Oh, this is an Atten ship. That's why it's able to get through. So the question is where did Captain Renaud get this ship?
Get the ship from?
So was he able to figure out information where he was able to steal one, and that's how he went from planet to planet to get information? Or was that other planet that we were at, was it already in civil war and disarray? So he was able to go to that planet freely, and he took a ship from that planet. We don't know.
We don't know. And to that point though, it could be one of those ships that because he went to all those other planets to try to figure out where to go. And he went to that last one where there was a war, and then he found the coordinates, and then because at some point all those planets were communication with each other and probably flying back and forth to each other. So it makes sense.
I feel like they weren't in communication with each other. Like once they were hidden, Like they weren't even allowed to like communicate with the Republic.
Well, like, is it an add-in ship? Like that's what he said, right? But is it actually, or is it a ship?
Well, it's just a mint ship. That's what.
Yeah, so it could be just one of the ships from one of those planets that had the same blockage system,
Right.
and it's the only one that didn't fail.
Right. So, yeah, this is a cool idea. Cause like, I wonder, is it like, I'm guessing it's just like a radio signal that it sends to those buoys. Like,
yeah, something like that.
But it's cool that that's why it had that outer shell on it. Cause he wanted to like
hide it
in a sense. Which is interesting. And so they get through the storm and they say, "Oh, that looks pretty cool. That's what the planet looks like. It's bigger than we thought it was, and pretty cool." And then it goes into autopilot mode, just like at that other planet. And Fern is like, "Well, I think my mom lied. I think we actually are going to be in big trouble or whatever. Or we're going to be in so much trouble." That's the line from the title. So we're going to be in so much trouble. But she's like, "But I don't care." And then we hear Jod's voice. "You should be," which
how the heck did he get on there?
Because like the door was almost already closed when he like woke up, and like he just like sat and like watched it. So
yeah, I don't know, dude.
Unless there's just a button on the outside, he pushed and it opened up, and he went back in.
That was questioning that the whole time. Like, how did this dude? He force ran.
Because like part of me wants to think that
force speed. Yep, that's what I just said.
Maybe the next time we see it is him using it. Like they wasted it on Jod running into a ship.
Like yeah, that would be a thing, wouldn't it?
Where are we? I think we're ever going to see a force speed run ever again in Star Wars?
Okay, first of all, we saw it in a movie where someone literally, a Jedi, died from getting stabbed in the stomach. The boy could have force ran away. Like, like he could have force ran through those stupid barriers. Like, there's so many. Like,
yeah, but that was a little unsure. You didn't know.
No, but Obi-Wan, those barriers opened up. Obi-Wan could have used the force.
Yeah, but he didn't know when they were going to close. Like he could have like closed quicker than he thought, and then he runs into it on accident. That would be a thing.
I would like to see, like Robot Chicken should come back and make that.
But yes, so Jod, he arrives and he starts walking towards the cockpit, and SM3 is like, "All right, I'll do this again." And Jod whips out the lightsaber and cuts off SM33's head. R.I.P.
Mm-hmm.
But clearly KB and her mothers will be able to put head back on anytime. So he'll be back.
He'll be back in season 2.
Give him an oil bath and he'll be nice and shiny.
Get that thing out of his eye, though.
Did you think he was going to step on that?
I did. I was like, bro, this boy's about to crush, and he just kicked it out of the way.
The thing is, like, does that mean he's a good guy because he didn't step on it?
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Like if he was really evil, he would have stomped the mess out of that rat. Like, that's the saving grace of his character, is that he still chose not to kill the rat.
But it'd be cool to see that. Do you think that rat's gonna come save the day somehow? Like, is he gonna do something like jump on Jod at the end of the scene? Bite his ear or something?
I don't think Jod's gonna really do anything to them.
Well, we'll talk. I have my theories what's gonna happen opening scene next week, but Yes. And so he makes the kids get on their knees and like get on the ground and put their head down and just kind of rants at them about how terrible they are, how annoying they are, and like Fern wanted to say something. I wanted to know what she was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was like, dang it, like what is she gonna say? But he's just threatening him the whole time and just tell him to shut up because like he insults Neil and then Wim, like leave him alone, and then starts yelling at him like, "You're the worst one. You're the most annoying. You're the weakest one." Blah blah blah. And it's like, I'm really thankful I saw that message from your parents because now I know what they look like. And if you try and do anything to stop me, I will slowly tear them apart. And he's like waving the lightsaber, like.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, like, he seemed, I don't know. It seemed like it was the first time he was really using a lightsaber. Like, it's not like.
Oh yeah, he's not skilled at all.
I feel like if he had any training as a Jedi with a lightsaber, he'd be more smooth with it, but he was kind of jerky with it. So it adds to the question of what is his actual origin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're going to get those answers next week. I hope we do, but we probably won't.
Well, if you think he's going to die, we have to, no?
No, they could just leave it a mystery.
That'd be stupid, but yeah, you're right.
But again, it's from the perspective of the children, like if we get a flashback, like the children aren't going to see that flashback, so it's like
how he could tell them the truth.
Could, but I don't think he's going to be that vulnerable. Be like, yeah, I fled Order 66. And I've been on the run my whole life. And we're supposed to like try and sympathize with us. And like, no, I don't think he's necessarily going to do that.
I really think that the guy in charge is going to have a big impact next episode.
The supervisor?
Yes.
I don't know. Part of me still thinks he's not real, but we'll see. And it was kind of interesting how, I think it might have been before the rant. It's an autopilot, and like, KB says he's trying to fly, and like, she's like, it's on autopilot. He's like, I know. And then something else happens, and Neil says something. He's like, I know. They're like just trying to be nice, like.
No, because he said that he was still trying to reach them, and they're like, your comms are blocked because of the barrier.
Oh, yeah, that was the other one. Yeah.
And then he was like, I know.
So well,
stop being stupid and just don't do anything.
But I just liked how the kids
were still
being nice, being kind to him to try and help, even though they don't know what's really going on until like he goes on his rant and like is waving his lightsaber.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then it flashes to the parents being in some office, whatever, being held, and the droid comes in and like, why did you create this communication device? And they're just like, it was our only way we could help our kids, blah, blah, blah. Like, we had to get a message to them, and you guys aren't listening to us about what's this. And they're like, we're always here to listen to you guys. And they're like, no, you're not. And then the droid stops, says, stand by, and then leaves. And then there's like a communication thing that goes on to everyone on the planet that all essential workers all non-essential workers don't have to work right now. Like, it's kind of funny. And we have a Republic emissary on its way, and this is like the first ship to arrive in hundreds of years. None of these people have ever seen another ship, someone from off planet come, and so everyone's going out to like see the ship come in, but like KB's parents, they look at their Apple Watch and they're like, it's beeping. Oh, it's KB. She's here. She's on that ship. So the parents know that the kids are back.
Yeah, because I think that tracks like her health level with her head and stuff, probably.
And then, so this message is from the supervisor, which, like, the parents seemed a little surprised, I think, by hearing, like, this is like the first time they've heard the supervisor's voice, or it's like really uncommon for the supervisor to make an appearance in quote,
or an announcement.
And so it's interesting. And so you can tell how long it's been since a ship has arrived because the landing pad was underneath like a park.
Yeah, it's like a soccer field or something.
Yeah, like people are just hanging out, having picnics in this park on the grass, and it starts to split open, and the droids are like, everyone move to safety, blah blah blah. And so the thing opens up, the landing pad goes up, and the ship lands, and it locked it in place. Mm-hmm. So I like that they made that like intentional thing. So I think that's going to play into next episode somehow.
Yeah,
Jod's going to try and escape or something.
Yep.
And he won't be able to do that. So it lands, and the droid greets him. Hey, welcome, emissary. You're an emissary. He's like, oh yeah, I'm an emissary. Yeah, here to look at the mint. And
didn't the droid try to like offer them like coffee or tea, and he didn't want to take it?
I think it might have been like off in the distance. It was one droid was coming.
He was like holding it.
Yeah,
kind of like R2.
It's in the background. But it's funny that you mentioned that because we once again our sponsor is coincidentally for coffee and tea. So if you are going to a random planet to collect an infinite amount of money, and you need to talk things over with a supervisor or whoever's in charge, and
a couple of droids,
you might need a hot beverage like coffee or tea. So if you like a discount on some great coffee or tea, take a listen to Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea out of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Hey everyone, Andrew here. I'm pleased to tell you that the sponsor of today's episode is Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea. If you don't know anything about Wesley Andrews, you definitely should. They're an award-winning coffee roaster and shop in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they make fantastic coffee. The awesome thing is that whether you live in the Twin Cities or not, you can get their coffee beans delivered straight to your door by ordering them online. They even have a subscription service that ensures you never run out of amazing coffee. If you've been looking for some new coffee to try or a way to elevate your normal coffee routine, now's your chance. Head over to wesleyandrews.cc, use the code Empire Radio, that's with a capital E and a capital R with no space at checkout, to get 15% off your first purchase of any bags of coffee or a coffee subscription. I can't think of a better deal. Get 15% off some great coffee, support a small business, and support your favorite Star Wars podcast. In the words of Emperor Palpatine, do it.
Do it. All right. So, Jod declares that yes, he is the emissary from the Republic, but he's very quick to be like, I gotta talk to my other ship. Like, can I call them anyway? Blah blah blah. And the droid is basically like, well, the protocol is we go straight to the mint. And so, like, I forget what they said. Like, when like the supervisor sent the message, like, it made it sound like the emissary was dropping something off rather than collecting, it seems like.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's interesting, like, what exactly is all these credits for that we're going to get to? I don't know. We'll see. Because it's like, what would an emissary bring? Like, what's on a self-sufficient planet that doesn't need any resources? Like, what would they bring? But I don't know. So the landing pad starts to drop down and go underground again. And as this is happening, the parents are running out, but they can't. They're too far below, and it's closing up, so they can't see. But like, they're still confident that the kids are there. And one of the droids are like, he's like, I forget what he called the kids, but basically it's like these are like stowaways kind of. But right away the droid was not didn't realize that it was the missing kids. Now later, in a few minutes, like they realize it is, but I don't know. The ship starts going, or the landing pad starts going down on the ground, and they're going straight to the Mint, goes underground, and then we see like a big giant production factory thing. It's like, I don't know. It seemed like it was like a big giant cauldron that they were melting stuff in. I don't know.
Yeah.
But definitely a giant machine melting things down and making credits and stuff like that. And once again, Jod is like, well, I need to talk to my ship, like that's outside the barrier. And oh dang, that was loud. Your dog. But he's like, I gotta talk to him, and the droid's like, well, you can't. But he's like, well, I have to. Like, I have to. And he's like, well, the only way you can do that is to talk with the supervisor. He's like, well, set up a meeting and bring your finest refreshments. Like, calm down, dude. So maybe we're gonna see this happen. Maybe not. We'll see. It finally gets to a vault, and it stops, and giant door, like I don't know, 50 feet wide, whatever, starts to open, and you see like gold light like shining out from it. And as it's opening, Jod is like, can you remind me how many of these vaults you have? And the droid is like, 1,139. And then it pans into the vault. Giant warehouse filled with pallets and pallets and pallets of gold. Like, more gold than you could possibly imagine. Like, I don't know. I've seen like a graphic. I don't know how accurate it is of like how much gold we as humans have mined, and it's actually not as much as you think. It's like literally like a couple football fields large of like a pallet high. Like it's not that much if you would think. So like this is definitely
a lot more
than we even have ever used here on Earth. But they have 1,139 of these, and so like I was surprised at how much it was. I thought it was just gonna be like,
no, it was crazy.
I thought it was just
because in that trailer where we saw that one treasure that they found, we thought that was like the treasure they were talking about. Yeah, that weird wrong. Skull. We were completely off.
Yeah. And so Jod walks over to some of the credits, grabs one, and then it just, first of all, how does it just start collapsing so easily? Like all that stuff on those pallets?
It's like perfectly stacked. So when he grabbed one, he bumped it. And
unless like the ones that are all stacked up are all like wrapped in plastic first and then brought up. But I don't know. He just grabs one little credit off, and it all just starts to fall off, and he just like falls on his knees, and it's like raining gold on him. Basically, he's just catching it and throwing it up, like super happy, super excited. As he's doing this, a hover transport thing comes down, and it's the kids. And just a moment earlier,
parents.
What did I say?
The kids'
parents. But I forgot to mention a moment earlier, the droid is like, oh, these 4 kids are reported missing. I'll contact the parents. And so the parents have arrived, and they jump off, and they all run and hug their kids. And the one thing that I thought they failed to do in this episode for the writing was Wim should have said to his father when they hugged, he's not an emissary, don't trust him. Like, just to like have that one thing.
Well, because they're not supposed to say anything, though.
Yeah, but if he just whispers it to his dad.
Oh, then it would make more sense why he turned on his lightsaber. No,
I'm saying he's just warning his dad, like, don't trust this guy. And that way the dad is ready to react rather than being surprised that something bad is happening or something. But they're all hugging, excited, but then Jod walks by, and he comes by with like a smirk on his face, like, "Hey, introduce me to your parents," the type of thing, like a little smirk, like he's like excited to see. Oh, I've been taking care of your kids for the last X amount of weeks or whatever.
That's what it felt like. It felt like it was like a good thing, like he was gonna be good.
Yeah, and then he turned on his saber.
Yeah,
and that's the end of
the
episode.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was a really intense episode. Even at the end, I was like, "Oh my, okay, here we go." Like, I'm pretty excited for the finale.
So I feel like the opening scene is going to be a little anticlimactic because I feel like the droids that are there.
I was gonna say, I feel like the droids are gonna put him work right away.
They're gonna like disarm him. I feel like really quick.
Yeah.
No, I didn't like see. There's only like a couple there. I feel like, but
they're everywhere. So many they found that they knew they're like doing that thing and sending off like the amount of droids that were in those woods looking for them is kind of crazy to me. So I feel like they're there.
So I wonder if they have the ability to just like use their own magnetism to like pull a weapon out of someone's hand or something.
Yeah, there's gonna be something. I'm surprised they didn't try to disarm him before they were going down.
I don't know. I don't think they've ever seen a lightsaber before.
Well,
so they probably don't know what a lightsaber is, so they didn't know that it's a weapon.
Or it's kind of one of those things where they didn't assume that he was actually a bad guy.
That too. But, one, we got to figure out like what's actually going to. So if he gets disarmed right away, like what does that mean? But he also has to call in his ship somehow. So like I feel like if he's able to make a communication call to the fleet, like that's something that access code would be freely given. So like it's almost like the people on the planet aren't going to see him as a threat in order to get that. Because like, how is he going to steal a code when he doesn't know how to use any of their technology, probably, or whatever?
Yeah.
So, but like if it goes down quick where he gets disarmed and he gets arrested or something, how does the fleet
kind of lame? Yeah.
So it's, I don't know.
I think it's going to be more crazy than you think, Jeremiah.
But also, like, where's Neil's dad? He wasn't with them. He didn't come down. Like, why is he not with them? It's something.
You guys are too fixated on this elephant.
You don't really think so? You think Grace and I are wrong that Neil's species has something to do with something?
I've never thought about it until I heard that podcast episode.
Well, yeah, that's when she brought it up, and I never heard that either. But he's not present. He's.
I think he's watching the young ones.
I don't know, dude.
Elephants protect their herd. Male elephants protect their herd.
Well, where's the man protecting his wife right now? Like, is he gonna like stampede in or something and like use his little tusks and like jam Jod off the platform? I don't know. But I don't know. It just seems out of place that he's not there. If there wasn't something secret about him.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, what's her name's dad?
Well, Fern.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think she has a dad that's alive. I think it's a single mom.
Well, okay, my question is, we don't know how either of those people's parents, mom or dad, died.
Oh, people just die, like accidents. Yeah, like KB almost died, and they just were able to fix her up. So it's like people can die.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's fair.
So it's like, I don't know. It'd be kind of funny if at the end of this, like, I'd hate it so much, but if like Wim's dad and Fern's mom like fall in love or something,
they're going to.
That's so stupid.
Season 2. It's like the Hopper and Joyce from Stranger Things. Like, it's literally that.
I don't know. I don't think they will, but I'll be mad because you know how much I hate meaningless.
You know they are going to though.
I hate meaningless love stories that have nothing to do with anything. But
not in this season. That's why they haven't pursued it. But
unless they faked their deaths and Wim's mom is still alive and she's because it was something said in that first episode. Like Fern says something about people getting sent to work underground.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like these parents were, the supervisor like
I want to know what happened.
Their deaths and they're actually alive and there's working.
They're just slaves
making credits.
Yeah.
So and the thing is like Wim misses his mom, so like it wasn't like she died when he was like a little kid or baby. Like he's old enough to remember her and miss her. Because like even if like you lose a parent like when you're only like 5 or 6 or something, like you're not gonna really remember them to like miss them.
No, it's recent events.
So like there's still hope that his mom is alive down there somewhere. But I don't know. I'm just excited to see the battle take place next week. To see that giant cannon on top of the school take out the frigate. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. Something's going to happen with that.
It's going to be super cool. And I think they'll turn off the barrier and then the planet will be open to everyone. Maybe because like if the New Republic comes like after everything's gone down, like there could be a Mon Mothma could show up, or a C-3PO and R2-D2 could show up on a ship, like going with like representatives from Senator Leia Organa's.
Or you get a fake Leia?
No, they're not going to do that. They would have done that in Ahsoka season.
True.
But
we could still get it in Ahsoka. Maybe. They started recording Ahsoka season 2 already, right?
That starts this summer. So
Andor's done.
Yeah, because that comes out in a couple of months. But they just finished recording the Mandalorian Grogu movie. Like a few weeks ago. So the Ahsoka series, I think, is next to be
released,
to be filmed for Star Wars projects.
Are we getting the Grogu movie before that?
Before what, Ahsoka?
Mm-hmm.
Assumingly. It'll be a year and a half is when the Grogu movie comes out. So I'm guessing it's going to be the earliest we would get Ahsoka would probably be 2 years from now.
That's crazy. Because they're slowing down. We need an animated series too.
Well, calm down. Star Wars Celebration is coming up in just a few months.
April, yeah.
I'm assuming we'll get a Mandalorian Grogu trailer for that. Mm-hmm. We'll get an animated show trailer for at least the next Tales series. We'll get a Visions season 3 trailer, but I think we'll also get like the next animated show, like a main series.
Yeah.
Announcement. I don't know if we're gonna get any new show announcements, live action shows. Like
season 2 of this, maybe they'll announce it that they're gonna do it.
Maybe. I don't know, but
did they cancel the Rey movie?
No.
Oh,
it was just put through. It was
delayed,
but I don't know. I think we'll get more. Star Wars Celebration is when we'll get all our answers about updates on movies and
hopefully the next one's in the States.
I know. We'll go. As long as
we're going.
I just hope it's in Chicago. That would be the most convenient. I just don't want to go to Florida. Orlando would be terrible. I'd hate that. I don't want to go to Florida. It's too hot and muggy. I hate.
Depends on what time of year.
It's Florida. It's like that like year round. It's like 900
I was just
degrees.
there like 2 weeks ago. It was literally like 46 at night. It was cold.
Well, they're not going to do.
Couldn't even go swimming.
I don't know. And if it's like April, maybe it'll be fine if they do it. But if it's like in the summer,
oh, it's gonna be horrible. Yeah, you're right.
Have it in Chicago or California, or just have it in Minneapolis. Like we hosted a Super Bowl, we can handle Star Wars celebration.
Wrong.
So
that would be so crazy busy. We thought Twin Cities College was stressful.
Where would they have it? Would they have it at?
They would have to do it there.
Dude, they couldn't. Dude,
that would be the only place we could host it. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know.
Target Center, is that bigger than?
Oh yeah, that's a stadium though.
Well, they need,
but they don't do it in stadiums though.
Sure, they do. They have those giant stadiums. But I'm saying like the Target Center or like XL, like the main thing is not huge. It's not like a football stadium. So like they need to have
it'd just be weird how to do it though, because it's just like a dome, like a circle with bleachers all around it.
But doesn't Target Center have other rooms in it? Like
no, you're thinking of XL. XL has like a convention hall next to it.
I thought they had both of those. Like they both were like that.
Mm. The best would have been the Metrodome, because they can push all those seats against the wall.
Well, right.
That stadium.
Terrible.
Janky as heck, but it was convenient sometimes, though.
Dude, they just got to have it at the XL Center because I can just take the bus down. 20-minute bus ride from my apartment.
I'll still pick you up. Come on.
But
it'd be fun to fly to Chicago.
30-minute flight.
It's like 45, but yeah.
Well, I think it's 45 down, 30 back. Right?
I think so, something like that. It's going to take us longer to go through TSA than it
Bro, you can't get us through like faster, like fast passes?
I can't even go through faster.
I don't know. I'm just waiting for them to announce it, and then I'm putting in my.
It's going to be in London or something dumb.
I don't think they're going to do international back to back.
Yeah, probably not.
They're not going to do that at all. I think they're going to see how few people go to Japan.
I mean, they're sold out.
They're sold out, but I don't know.
And you know what's annoying about that is they pick the most travel time of year to do it in Japan too. Everyone goes to Japan in April because that's when the flowers bloom. So everyone goes to Japan in April. So I was like looking at flights during that time. They're already booked out. Well, like yeah. I couldn't even like go just for a Sunday, because I couldn't even get on a flight probably because it's so booked out because that's like the popular time to travel to Japan. I was like, man, oh well.
But anyway, Skeleton Crew.
Yes.
What? Any more final discussion, ideas, hopes, dreams, theories for next week?
No, my biggest thing is I really think that the main guy is the old pirate captain.
And it's not an elephant man.
Could be the same thing.
But not Neil's dad.
Probably not Neil's dad. Maybe it's Neil's great-great-great-grandfather.
Maybe. I don't know. They're the only one of his species on that whole entire planet, so it seems a little suspicious.
That we know of.
They show the whole crowd of people when that ship lands. And there was I didn't see any other elephants. There was some furry people and people. There's probably some Rhodians in there too, but like, I don't know. But that's it. That's our breakdown. One more episode left. Super hyped.
Mm-hmm.
So let's transition over to everyone's favorite time of every episode, voicemail time.
It's voicemail time.
All right. Well, we have 3 voicemails tonight. First 2 are from Darth Organa. So let's take a listen to the first one.
Hey boys, Darth Organa on the Discord. How are you doing? Been a few weeks since I sent another voicemail. I sent one like a month ago, I think. It was like the first episode of Skeleton Crew, but I have not got caught up on it, so I have not been listening to the more recent episodes, but I think I'm on episode 3, and so far I love it. It's probably the best thing I've watched from Star Wars in a while. I really enjoy it, especially the holiday special reference with the little dancing, whatever you want to call it, alien. Really caught me off guard both times that they showed it. It was absolutely hilarious. I'm glad. Jeremiah, I think you got the reference. I don't think you did. Drew was a little bit disappointed in that because I thought you had watched that a little bit more than Jeremiah. But anyways, how are you guys doing? That's all I have to ask you today. How's your work? How's your kid, Drew? How's everything going? I love listening to you guys. Keep it up. Have a good one. May the force be with you.
Are you like cleaning something?
It's not like he's mowing the lawn or something. I don't know. But yes, thank you, Darth Organa. Yeah, I'm glad that you're liking the show so far. And asking us how we're doing. Still recovering from my appendectomy.
Jeremiah's still alive.
I don't know. Some new pain has been coming up the last couple of days. I'm hoping that's not a reflection of like
surgery.
Me not like taking it slow enough. I don't know. So hopefully
they didn't leave like a rag in your stomach or something.
Because like it's the pain is like in the area of where the appendix was. Like it's similar pain I had when I went into the hospital. So it's like I would expect to have that pain there after surgery when it's the most tender.
But it's the same level of pain?
No, same spot.
Oh, but not the same level.
I don't know, same. I don't know. But it's like, I don't know. It's just, why is it hurting a week and a half later? So I'm just making sure I'm like Googling symptoms like nothing's swelling, nothing's like overly painful. So I'm just keeping an eye on that. But
yeah, I literally asked you, you're like, yeah, I'm fine. It's fun.
I'm fine, but it's just like but my 3 incisions, they're like all done and closed up now. So still taking it easy, but whatever. Drew, how are you? You asked about your kid. How's your kid?
My house is crazy. I think I have a scratch on my face from him today, right here. Yeah.
Why are you fighting him, dude?
He likes to wrestle, but then he forgets that he has nails and he squeezes my face and then.
Bro, clip those nails, dude.
Dude, I told him, I was like, I'm going to clip your nails. No! I think I've like, yeah, look, I have like battle scars like all over my face.
Dang, dude.
He's a wild boy, tell you what. I always like tell him, like, I'm just like, oh, I'm going to eat you. So I like gnaw on him. Like, I don't really bite him, but like I fake bite him, you know? Well, he says the same thing. He doesn't know that I fake bite him. So, like, bro, you cannot try to bite me because you're going to actually bite me because you don't know, like, the level of... You don't know that I'm just going, like, biting him with my lips. Like, you're going to actually bite me and then I'm going to be pissed. So, yeah. No, but yeah, he's good. He's crazy, though. Those 3s are kicking in hard, I tell you what. Yeah. Had to leave the store today and with the screaming kid. It was
really
fun.
Why you didn't buy him a toy that he wanted?
Yep.
Hey, it's good that you're actually saying no, because I remember back before you would always buy him a toy so he wouldn't cry, but now you're
no. Well, dude, I was like, I can't, dude. I literally cannot because you're like screaming at the top of your lungs. So I'm like, I just can't. Sorry.
Was that Target or something? Or
yes, it was rough. So I was like checking out, and he's just screaming and kicking.
All the kids everyone's looking at you.
This like little 1-year-old came by and was like, "What is wrong with that kid?" I was like, "Dude, you're getting judged by even like 1-year-olds right now. You need to chill." Like that was rough, but besides that, he's good. He's fun. Is this
fun? All right. Well, he has question number 2, so let's take a listen.
Hey guys, Darth Organa again. I completely blanked that it was just New Year's and Christmas. How was it? You guys do anything special? What do you do, Jeremiah and Drew? Miles get anything cool for Christmas? I know you probably got him some Star Wars figures. I got a couple myself from my girlfriend, and it was pretty cool. Got some Black Series stuff. Always love receiving Star Wars gifts. You know, that's how I know that people actually care about me. But I tried some real tea for the first time, and my God, I was just blown away. I think it was from India and was gifted by an old coworker of mine, and I was just in love with it. So, with that being said, is there anything that on Wesley Andrews that you recommend me trying tea-wise? I'm not a huge coffee person, but I do love my tea. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
All right, thank you, Drew. What kind of tea does Wesley Andrews have that you would recommend?
I don't even know what we have on the website. I gotta take a look.
Do the teas kind of swap in and out, like what they carry?
Yeah, they do. But like, I mean, you can't go wrong. Our green tea is really good from Japan. So like, I would recommend that. Let's see what we have on the site. Yeah, the Moonlight White tea is really good. Jasmine Black, you can't really go wrong with that one. Yeah, and the green tea. And then there's matcha if you're into that kind of stuff. But hey, go check out the website. And if you guys are into tea,
use promo code.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. If you like, the Moonlight Light White tea is probably like the cleanest and just an easy tea, and it comes like they're like little balls. So it's really cool. And then the Jasmine Black tea is amazing. This is a really clean black tea. And then yeah, their green tea is also really good.
What do you mean by a clean tea?
Like, it doesn't. That's a great question, Jeremiah. Look at you.
You know more about coffee than tea?
No, I know a fair amount about tea. So when you drink a black tea, a lot of times you get like sediment or things in your mouth, almost like chalky sometimes, due to like the quality of the leaf that is taken from the leaf, like, or taken and brewed. The quality isn't dried properly sometimes, so because of that, it can flake off in your tea, so you get like literally pieces of it, but it's like so fine that it kind of leaves a coat of something in your mouth, or your mouth is more dry. What I mean by clean is more like, it's just like, it almost like has a feel like you're drinking water, but then it has those flavors of a black tea, so it's just like a clean flavor. Good question though, Jeremiah.
Interesting.
You'd probably like it, maybe.
Dude, hot beverages. I'm just not into hot beverages.
You can have it cold.
Ugh.
Cold tea is good, bro.
I don't know.
Like, the difference between like sweet. Okay, so like, I'm a big sweet tea guy. I know you're probably not, but I'm a big sweet tea guy. And having sweet tea the way that everyone in the South makes it, it's good. But then when you have it with a really nice really good black tea, it's like really, really, really nice.
No, Alex in the chat, I don't even drink hot cocoa. It's been a few years since I even had. I used to have like 1 cup of hot chocolate
a year.
And I feel like the last time I had it was probably
do you like hot cider?
No, dude. No.
Apple cider is so good.
I hate it because it gets so much more tart. Like, it's just sour. Like, it's just, I just don't like it.
Well, it's because they use a lot of like green apples and that kind of stuff.
But like with tea, I feel like there's so many variations of like what the tea does to you. Like, some are caffeinated, some are not. Some makes you sleepy, some gives you diarrhea.
Yeah. So like green tea has caffeine, but it's a pure caffeine, so it just keeps you more level. It doesn't really give you like boost. A buzz. Like coffee, like literally, like if I have like a shot of espresso, and if I don't eat within like 4 or 5 hours after having that espresso, I start shaking. Like, that's how much the caffeine will affect me. But with tea, it doesn't do that. But if you drink too much tea, you almost get like a high. Like, you get like kind of lightheaded. So like there's that effect, but you have to drink a lot. Like if you go to like a traditional tea cupping, like a tea tasting, and you do it for hours and you're just drinking tea nonstop for hours, it can it can mess you up a little bit without eating. But like like green tea is like just a better version of caffeine than like that's in coffee, and black tea is kind of similar, but like the white tea, there's no caffeine in it. It's just a pure I don't know. White tea is really, really good, and it's like really good for you too. It has a lot of good minerals and stuff in it for your gut.
What about that jasmine one that you mentioned?
The jasmine's like just a different type of black tea, the jasmine tea, but that one's also really good too.
That has caffeine in it, you said?
I'm not sure actually. That one might.
The only thing about jasmine tea that I always remember is this. That's what Uncle Iro would.
Yeah.
He always brew jasmine tea.
But yeah, you can have tea cold, like, or just over ice. It doesn't even have to be sugared. You might like it, Jeremiah.
I don't know, dude.
You want to embrace your inner Iro, Jeremiah. You gotta maybe tease your thing.
No, I drink water and a little squirt of like lime juice in it. That's like 95%, 99% of it. Occasionally at work, I'll have like a bottle of juice, something that I get there, or I had a Gatorade for the first time in months.
That mess you up?
No, but I was like,
a lot of sugar in that.
Covering from surgery, I'm like at work, like literally like my first or second day back from work, and I'm like, I'm just
let's go wild. I almost had my life taken away. Let's go crazy.
Yeah, dude. I was wild child Jeremiah. Like,
wow. Was it good?
Yeah.
You liked it? Yeah. You're gonna go wild again, maybe?
Not for a while.
I remember growing up and you were like obsessed with like Mountain Dew.
No, I wasn't.
That was your brother.
It's probably my brother. Not me.
But yeah. Anyways, yes, there's a lot of good teas on the website. You should definitely go check it out. Make sure you use that code to help you guys out.
Yep. But Darth Organa also asked us, how was our Christmases?
Oh, yes.
So Grace and I record Christmas Day. I didn't have any Christmas stuff. 2 days later, I had my appendix taken out and missed my family's Christmas. So
you had fun.
So I had fun.
You got to stay at your brother's house, though.
For one night, and I was in pain the whole time. Like, wasn't that great. But he asked about like what'd you get Miles for Christmas? Did he get any fun Star Wars stuff?
No. Well, okay, that's not true. He got 2 lightsabers. I forgot. We're literally just playing with them.
Like the ones you just swing down.
Those bootleg, yeah. Or and like they're the ones that like people are like you can like make put them together and change it, and like the ugly Ahsoka saber with like her hair spikes on this, like it, yeah. But yeah, it's weird looking. But yeah, so he got 2 of those, and so we're literally just playing with it, and that's partly half of my battle scars is playing with him with that. And then he got a really cool monster truck that's like waterproof, and we were playing with it in the snow, and it does flips and stuff.
Like, the remote control one. I think I saw you post a video.
You probably saw the video of that one, yeah. So you got that, but like he didn't really get too much. He got like Hot Wheel track, but he went to Disney like 2 weeks before, so we weren't gonna.
Yep, I got a buck knife.
Really?
Yeah, because normally like my mom buys us, like my brothers and my brother-in-law, like the same thing, but just like a different color. Like, so I'm always expecting like a clothing item.
Like a hoodie or something.
But like my mom had my dad be in charge of the gift this year, so he bought all the guys buck knives.
That's what's up. That's cool.
So I don't know.
You could use it in the kitchen.
I got knives, normal knives. Yeah. Like I use my Leatherman that I got like once in a while for like if I need something because it has like it's a multi-tool, so I'll use that sometimes, but I'll have to figure out what to do with the buck knife. 2 knives just come out of it. It's all it is 2 knives folded in.
Oh, it's like a folded one. Just carry it on you when you go to East St. Paul.
I'm
Hold up 1 second.
All right. I think that was everything Darth Organa asked. Well, thank you for sending stuff in. But lastly, we got the coup d'etat verse from Garrett.
Ooh.
So let's take a listen.
Hey, Empire Radio. It's Garrett. I got a promotion. I'm now the general of my own task force with the goal of hunting down the leader of this so-called resistance. The Empress is going with me on my first mission to the Colossus, because apparently there's talks of a resistance spy there. I'm kind of excited to go back. Ooh, I wonder if my starfighter is still there. Speaking of starfighters, if you can call claimsies on one ship, what would it be? I call claimsies on Mando's N1. I also loved this episode. Getting to see Jod snap and go full pirate was awesome. It made me feel like it was Star Wars again, with the writers willing to take risks and not just fall back on previous stories. Force Awakens. Also seeing the two sides of droids like SM-33 having a bit of emotion when siding with the kids during the Claimsies battle, and the AT-AT droids just following protocol to a T and not questioning anything. This show just feels like it was written out in its entirety before production, and it shows. With all the callbacks and explanations being fully thought out and portrayed perfectly. I haven't had a single moment where I questioned why a character's decision was made, or got mad at a character for saying they're doing nothing. The Fallout show. Everything in Skeleton Crew has had a reason to happen.
All right, thank you, Garrett.
This boy had not. He had
shots fired.
Yeah, did he have your buck knife out? He was just like stabbing everyone. What the heck? Going hard in the paint.
But he's the lead of a new task force that's gonna hunt down who we think is Jedi Ben Solo.
Mm-hmm.
But he's on his way to the Colossus, which is where his racing career starts. So it's whole full circle in this whole Garrett pod racing thing. So maybe he's going to get his old ship back, and he's going to have to...
Maybe he'll come to his senses.
He's going to have to choose sides, I feel like. He's been now working for the First Order for a while and being trained by Empress
Skywalker or Palpatine.
And so, but he's going to have to go fight down or look down and find this new Jedi, leader of the Resistance. So I don't know. Could be he has to choose between who he's going to fight for in the near future. So that's exciting. But glad that you liked this episode. Yep, definitely a well thought out show. And I liked his comment about how SM-33 made his own decision and thinking and interpretation of things, while the AT-AT droids are just robotic.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
That's pretty cool. Oh, that's everything we
have. He asked us
what ships. Oh, sorry.
What ship would we have claimsies on?
Oh, good catch. I'd probably want a ship that I could live in, so probably like something like the Ghost.
Ooh. Have you seen the toy replica that came out of that?
No.
It's huge, bro. It's like the size of this poster. Like, it's massive. So, like, people, like, the only way I can display it is if they hang it on the wall. Like, it's huge.
Can you, like, open it up so you can, like...
Yeah, you can open it and, like, play. You know, like, the Millennium Falcon, you know, they have, like, the chest area. Like, they had the whole thing, like, in detail of, like, all the bunks, all the rooms and stuff. It's really cool, but it's big. Like, I'm like, dude, that would be sick to own that. I would have to hang it, though, which would be cool.
You wouldn't want to let Miles play with it?
Heck no. Dude, you see... The shelf's off camera, but this, I don't even, all my toys are all over the place because this boy has been coming in here when I'm not home and playing with my toys. And
bro, put a lock on that door, dude.
Bro,
just put like a slide lock, like way up.
I have like the Mando, or no, the Darth Maul Jedi or Darth Maul samurai figure that's like $100. I came home yesterday and the hands are all over the floor. I don't even know where his saber is. He's missing his neck. Don't even get me started.
Alex is asking if that Ghost toy has the Phantom with it, a detachable Phantom.
I'm not sure actually, but it's for the 3 3/4 inch figures. But it's pretty big. No, I would have claimsies on the Slave One because that's my favorite ship.
Or it'd be cool to call claims just like on a Star Destroyer or one of the Jedi cruisers from Clone Wars.
The Death Star, bro. Claimsies, the whole thing.
That'd be kind of cool. All right, well, that's everything. So,
yes.
If you want to get connected with us, more than just listening or watching on YouTube, go into the description below, click the links.co/Empire Radio, links below with 2 eyes, click that landing page for everything. So follow us on Instagram, Facebook, follow us on YouTube if you're only listening, or you can follow us on Twitch for live streams like Alex in the chat tonight. He's first time in the chat. So that's exciting. He's been commenting and stuff. So you could do that too. You can fact check us and ask us questions and all that stuff if you want to join the live streams. Side note, we're probably going to do live stream next week in the morning on the 15th. So,
so
don't
get in trouble at work while you guys are watching us, but still come out.
Yep. So go get excited for that. But also join the Discord if you just want somewhere to hang out and talk about Star Wars. You can post memes or talk about movies, shows, whatever. Trailer drops if people are excited to talk about trailers, and so go check that out. We have fan email if you want to email us anything. If you want to sponsor us, that's the best way. Just send us an email.
True.
Cool, be a sponsor if you own your own company and you give us a promo code. We'd love to sponsor, get some money. Because remember, we're only doing this for the money, kids,
Yeah.
But also, there's a link for needlesslynerdy.com, which is an entertainment network that we're part of. So if you like other nerdy content, go check that out as well.
Yeah, and if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. Like, if you're catching this, subscribe and hit that thumbs up button on the video, and comment. Get us moving over there.
We've been getting a lot of views on these episode reviews.
And not a lot of likes or comments. So,
for the past, year, we've been slowly getting more on YouTube, and especially the last 6 months, with book reviews and show reviews and stuff, we've gotten a lot of.
When Grace's appearance.
And when Grace is on too, so go. So we're getting a lot more views and stuff. So if you're watching on YouTube, you made it this far. Click.
Do your part.
Do a thumbs up, comment. It'd be cool to blow up in 2025 even more than we did last year. So, all right. Anything else, Drew?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, you've been listening to another Skeleton Crew-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.